in my dad's time, you didn't do that. You were supposed to work all the time. And
what would he say if he knew y'all were closing at 1 o'clock in the afternoon?
well, I think he would say that's the way to do it, because my dad looked forward to doing something like that one day, and he, when he got sick, he was still working, and so he never really had any time. So to
enjoy life,
or to come up and do something like this, have an interview with somebody and tell, because he would have been a good one to interview. A lot of people remember him because he would tell a lot of tales. He was a big
tell stories.
Oh yeah, he would bull a lot of people. That was his thing to do, and everybody liked to come in here to see the different hats he wore. He always had different hats. One of my favorite hats he would wear would be, "I don't loan people money because it causes amnesia." But he always had, and people would bring him hats too from everywhere. Yeah, and he knew my dad. Jerry did.
Sure did. Very, very nice man.
And he liked to always tell you the truth, didn't he?
Even if it hurt.
Now he was
a good fellow.
Yeah, he was.
Dad had talked about wanting to retire, and so I came back, and I actually got to work with him. That was I think, one of the best parts of me coming back was I got to work with him side by side Saturdays and Sundays, and so that was a real joy and something I'll never forget, and it was something I'll always value.
My dad was a very good businessman, and my brother is too, and he gets that, and I like the work part of it. I don't mind the cleaning, the cooking part of it. Yes.
And your brother, he handles all the book work and the ordering and.
No, I do all the ordering, but he's basically the accountant of the business.
It's a hard business, and you have to have somebody you can depend on, you can work together with, and I don't know if it would even be possible. When my dad was, I've only been back here about 7 years now. I worked here in high school, and I went on and did other things, worked at other jobs, lived in Texas for a while, and then I came back when my dad was talking about retirement. And so Kiri's been here with my dad the whole time. And so it was more like her and him were partners, and she worked with him, and he couldn't have did it without her. He admitted that. He would have gotten out of it long ago if he hadn't had her to stick by his side.
She couldn't do it without you because with him not being in the business.
That's true. And so I talked to her when I came back. I said, I kind of would like to do this, and would you stay? That's my first question. Are you going to stay and help? And she's like, if you'll do it, I'll do it. So, I think we have fun with it, and I think the key, her and I, is flexibility. Being flexible and supporting each other, and she's the hardest worker I think I've ever met.
Been here 20 years.
So when did you go into the biscuit part of it?
When did I go into?
It's like you switched from, what were you doing before the biscuit?
I was like busting tables and
taking food out.
Taking food out, yes, sir.
And so somebody said, Joyce, it's time to learn to make biscuits.
Something like that. Something like that.
What was the toughest part about learning how to do this?
The toughest part about learning how to do it? It really wasn't tough.
Getting up at 4 a.m.?
Not really, because I had been getting up anyway early in the morning, so it wasn't a problem getting up at 4 o'clock.
Well, kind of run through the process. What are you doing right now?
I'm getting ready. I've already made up the dough for the biscuits, and now I'm getting ready to put them in the oven, have them brown, and take them out.
You do this all. You start early and you keep making them all morning. They eat so many.
Yes, sir. Sure do.
Yeah, everything's back in control again.
Back in control again.
Let me ask you this. You've got 3 different ovens going here. How many biscuits do you make every day?
You know what? I lose count. After about the 3 batches of them, I lose count, Mr. Earl, to be honest with you.
But you just keep cranking them out.
Just keep them going. We just keep them going. We sure do.
3 bacon biscuits and then an egg on toast, and then Shirley got a bacon and egg biscuit. Bacon and egg on a biscuit. Bertha, hook me up an egg sandwich. Oh my God.
What did you think when Phil said, hey, we're thinking about stopping the barbecue and just concentrating on breakfast? Because barbecue is what started it all.
Yes, but the biscuits and the breakfast had become his main. That's what
really made the money, I think.
Does it amaze you today to sit here and look at this and see that it's bigger than ever?
Oh, from what he tells me, yes. I don't work in it anymore.
We took the barbecue away about the time they had put a top 10 list of barbecue restaurants in Memphis, and I believe we were like number 7 or something on there. It was one of those, and so yeah, it was hard, but I guess when you have less work to do, it's not going to be that hard on yourself. But you just try to make ends meet, and it was the ends were meeting with our hours and things, and we just focused on the breakfast, and so it worked out.
We sold barbecue for about the past 30 years, and it just you could see the business just changing if you look at it over time, where the breakfast kept becoming a bigger percentage of sales and kept evolving and started going from selling breakfast and stopping at like 8 o'clock and 8:30 till we started selling breakfast till 10. And then people would start wanting breakfast at 10:30 and 11. And so we still kept serving breakfast. And then the barbecue was a very popular item. We had a lot of success with it, but it's a very time-intensive effort. We just have an old charcoal pit, and we had to make the beans and the slaw. And basically, Carrie and I just took a look at it and said, what are we doing best? And what do people really like us for? And it's the breakfast, the country ham, the homemade biscuits, and the gravy. And we weren't really able to give our full attention to the barbecue. It's kind of like we wanted to do really one thing and do it extremely well. And so we're able to provide hot biscuits out of the oven at 12:30, 1 o'clock in the afternoon with people. You can't get breakfast anywhere else. And for the other folks, we still serve hamburgers, Philly cheesesteak, catfish sandwich, white beans and ham and cornbread, and things like that for lunch folks too. And by the way, we serve that at 5 o'clock in the morning. So we get folks in that are getting off work, say Federal Express or a hospital, and they're coming in and they'd rather have a cheeseburger, and then their friend may want a breakfast. And so at the same time, we can kind of satisfy both. But moving from solely breakfast and lunch and not the barbecue really has helped us to maintain the quality of the breakfast and kind of to protect our reputation in that area, and that's what we're most concerned with.
Started making the biscuit.
I sure did. A matter of fact, started with Mr. Bryant. I was like 14 years old, maybe. I think I was like a sophomore in high school or something, but I was so thrilled he hired me. Just started off working 2 days, Saturdays and Sundays, and I've been here ever since.
And it's the only job you've ever had?
The only job I've ever had.
Isn't that amazing?
I love it. Love the customers, managers, and everything. It's awesome. It's really a place to work for.
And working the line up here, you get to talk to all these people. If you see them, it's just like you work with them.
And that's more exciting because I get a chance to talk and just like family. Actually, just like family.
What's your favorite thing to eat here?
Well, my favorite thing, I have several things. The cheeseburgers are fantastic, especially the biscuits, of course. And you've got the Philly cheesesteaks. Just everything really is just awesome. Everything.
What's your favorite item?
Breakfast.
Breakfast. That's all they serve now. But I mean, you get the bacon and eggs or sausage?
Sausage and egg, bacon and egg, ham and eggs, all of it's good. So it's just breakfast.
Yeah, because a lot of people say it's the kind of breakfast we grew up eating. Our moms used to make for us.
Well, my mother used to cook like this. It would be a Sunday morning breakfast, though.
You
like
do this every day.
Not every day.
Yeah, you can find many women that'll do it any day.
Hey, you can't find one now.
We didn't say that, did we? Did we say that?
Yes, we did.
All right, just take a look at this. So this is a great breakfast, and I'm not going to lie to you. My mama never cooked a breakfast like this.